So welcome back to another episode of the things we want in FIFA 20. This is episode 2. Last week I released episode 1 and you guys really enjoyed it. You showed a lot of support on that. And this series aims to showcase the opinions of the people and what they would like to see in FIFA 20. We have a few good suggestions today, so I hope you do enjoy the video. If you do, let me know by hitting the thumbs up button. Let's get to 500 likes. And if you're new around here and you want to see more episodes in this series, hit the subscribe button today and the notification bell and you won't miss anything. Because a lot of you guys reached out and left a lot of comments on the last video, I do have a decent list for this series now, which is really good. And I think I have enough material to do 2 episodes a week for the time being. So I do need your help though to continue this series. You need to continue leaving your comments and hitting me up on Instagram and Twitter of the things you want to see in FIFA 20. I want you guys to get pretty innovative and creative as well. Just treat this series as like EA came to you and asked for your opinion for FIFA 20. What would you tell them? The first suggestion of the video comes from Hamid, and he wants to see the coin toss scene return for the PS4, Xbox and PC platforms. I made a video a few months ago about the coin toss feature. It's currently on the Nintendo Switch version of FIFA 19. They haven't got rid of it there. But in the last few FIFAs for the consoles, they have got rid of this coin toss cutscene. I think it was when they moved to the Frostbite engine, but I'm not 100% sure. If you haven't seen it before, this is what it looks like. So as you can see there, both captains come to the center circle. They simulate a coin toss with the referees. They shake a few hands as well. Now the coin toss is a pretty important part of the match day introduction because it determines which side's going to kick off first and which side is going to run to which end. I do believe that the Switch has the same coin toss cutscene as the older FIFA games on the consoles. A few people have told me that as well. I would like to see them add this feature again, but what they should do is make it more interactive. So you can choose heads or tails, and you can actually like play the coin toss, if that makes sense. I think that would be really cool. And if you win the toss, you'll get to decide which end you want to run to first. And if you lose the toss, obviously you'll need to kick off first. So I think if they add it back, they should make it an interactive feature. I think a lot of people would enjoy doing the coin toss if they could actually pick heads or tails. The next suggestion comes from Guilla NC. I'm sorry if I said that wrong, but what he's suggesting today is the thing that everyone thinks is going to save career mode. He wants to see an online-based career mode. Now, I'll be honest with you guys, I don't really understand how an online career mode works. I don't know how it could work well, so maybe you can leave a comment explaining the ins and outs of an online career mode. But to me, I just don't understand, like, what happens if you can't play for like 3 weeks straight, or you just get bored of the game and you never want to play it again? How do you do transfers with other teams? Like, when do you schedule matches to verse the other players? It just confuses me a lot. If there's another game that's implemented it, maybe I can take a look at that game and I'll understand it better. But I've seen other YouTubers talking about this and making videos about it, and they're really excited about it. But to me, I just don't understand how it would work properly, you know? But I just think as well that we need to improve the offline side of career mode before we even consider online career mode. The next suggestion comes from Kieran, and he told me that he wants to see the ability to change goalkeeper kits because sometimes he has the goalkeepers wearing the same color as the other team. So a lot of people have told me this actually. They want to see alternate kits for the goalkeepers because sometimes they do clash with the opposition team. And I found an example on the forums where a guy complained to EA back in FIFA 17 or something that he had a goalkeeper wearing the same yellow jersey as the opposition. So that's a good example. That's what people want to be able to change. So they need to add more goalkeeper kits. Currently in FIFA 19, if you want to change kits, all you can do is basically do home and away and the third kit. You can't really touch the goalkeeper kits. It's pretty much whatever the game wants to give you. And sometimes that can cause kit clashes, which is pretty annoying to see in career mode as well. The next 2 suggestions come from Eagle Ghost, and the first one is when the second half starts, everyone just spawns on the pitch with no cutscene. And currently in FIFA 19, this is what it looks like. What he would like to see is an actual cutscene to replace this random spawn onto the field. He wants to see a cutscene where players are running back on the pitch or jogging back on the pitch and getting into position ready to start the second half. I think it could make things a little bit more realistic as well. In the grand scheme of things, it doesn't really make a difference because I think most people will start skipping it anyway. But I know you guys love that little realism and attention to detail aspect of FIFA, and I think a few people would enjoy if they added that in. Now this is the second one from Eagle Ghost. He would like to see a cutscene for injured players where people are helping them or carrying them off the field. And Useless Gamer also contributed to this point, and he wanted to see a scene with stretchers carrying the player off the pitch. Currently in FIFA, there's no real scenes for injuries or players that have pulled a hamstring or something and they need the stretchers. They sort of just spawn off the field, which is not very realistic. I think it could be cool to see some guys running on with a stretcher and carrying the players off, but I think people would start skipping it anyway after the first few times. But still, you know, it's part of football and I think they should put it in regardless. The next suggestion comes from XXUK_Tanner, and he wants to see the Russian League return in FIFA 20. Now this one's a hard one because in FIFA 19 they actually lost the Russian League to PES. PES has the exclusive rights to it. I'm not sure how long the contract is going to go for between the Russian League and PES. It could only be 1 year, it could be more than 1 year. I don't really know the details of that agreement. But hopefully they can get it back because the Russian League is an important part of the UEFA Champions League and Europa League tournaments. So it would be good for career mode as well. And I think the more leagues we have in FIFA, the better. I know a few of you guys do want to see that return. Now, FIFA 20 needs to have more player faces, and this suggestion comes from UK_Tanner as well. He wants to see Jorginho's real face in the game. I'm pretty sure you're going to see it in FIFA 20. I don't think we're going to see a real face for Jorginho in FIFA 19 because he wasn't a part of the leaks for the November update. So I presume we're going to see his real face in FIFA 20 because they'll probably scan him this year or next year. But I'm also going to throw in my little face suggestions. I want to see in FIFA 20 a Lukaku and Aguero face update. I just can't look at their faces anymore. It's getting really annoying to look at. These faces are very old, probably 3 to 5 years old now. There's a lot of these types of players still in the game as well. Just take a look at De Rossi's face. It's atrocious. And I think it's time they start updating these faces. I can't go another year of seeing Lukaku with the same haircut and the same player face. It's just pretty bad to look at. It's getting annoying. The next suggestion comes from Jonas, and he wanted to see the Belgian Pro League licensed and have the real stadiums. So I don't think they're going to get the full treatment this year. There's no evidence to suggest this. I think in FIFA 20 it's going to be Bundesliga primarily, and I think maybe Serie A would follow in 2021 or something like that. If I had to guess, I would say that the Belgian full treatment has very little chance of happening in the near future. But I guess by 2050 we should have a fully licensed game with all the TV overlays for every league. Another similar suggestion comes from Joao, and he wants to see the Portuguese league fully licensed and have Portuguese stadiums as well. I don't think they're going to have the full treatment for the Portuguese league anytime soon as well. But I do think they should add some Portuguese league stadiums in the game for teams like Benfica and Porto and Sporting as well. Just some of those teams that have a big European history and they can go into the Champions League and Europa League as well. Now, being an Australian myself, I would love to see this in the game. This suggestion comes from Joey. He wants some Australian stadiums in the game. The A-League has been licensed for like 10 years now in FIFA, and we haven't got many player faces to show for it. We haven't got any stadiums to show for it, and it's a little bit of a shame because FIFA is pretty much the most popular football game in Australia. Like PES, very few people play it in Australia. And at least they should add this new stadium that's being built at the moment, the Western Sydney Stadium. This is like a concept video showing you what it's going to look like. It's got like LED boards outside. It looks fantastic. I'm not sure when it's getting completed, but it is currently in production. And it's a nice little video there. It zooms in on the stadium. You can go inside and you can see how close the field is to the actual supporters in the stands. So there's a little animation there as well of people celebrating. It looks a bit like FIFA, I guess, maybe even a little bit better. But yeah, there's so many stadiums from Australia that EA could add in, like the Suncorp Stadium in Brisbane or some of the Melbourne stadiums. I think after 10 years of having this license, they can at least put in a few Australian stadiums. To continue with the Australian theme towards the end of the video, I'm going to suggest for FIFA 20 that we get more Australian player faces in the game. I think there's a new one coming through Daniel Arzani, and that's coming in the November update. He's pretty young and he plays at Celtic at the moment on loan from Man City. But the current star heads from Australia are Matt Ryan from Brighton, Aaron Moy from Huddersfield, Langerak from some team, Grampus or something, Jedinak from Aston Villa, but his face is pretty outdated. He's got no beard in FIFA. Federici from Stoke City, Brett Holman from Brisbane Roar, and Smith from Seattle Sounders, and O'Neill from the Mariners, but he was on loan from Burnley. So there's probably 7 or 8 there from Australia, plus Arzani, that's an extra one. But in terms of having A-League star heads, there's only 2, which is very disappointing. So that is the end of today's list. Make sure you leave your opinion so we can continue with the series.